Xabi Alonso is the hottest young manager in football today. He is currently performing miracles with Bayer Leverkusen, which is also his first job in senior football management. And this video will discuss all the signs he is showing to prove that he is surely destined to manage a massive club in the future. And ironically, the three teams most likely he will manage are also the three big teams he played for in his career. They are Liverpool, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Yes, that's how much potential Xabi Alonso is showing after 1 year at Leverkusen, that those three big clubs are in serious discussions to have him as a potential future manager. Now, Xabi Alonso joins the countless list of Spanish midfielders who have gone into management. He follows the likes of Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, Mikel Arteta and Xavi. I guess being Spanish and a midfielder gives you the advantage through the style of play and using brain over power, and you get the perfect formula to become a manager. Now, in his playing days, Xabi Alonso was a deep line playmaker and he played for some of the biggest teams in the world, like I mentioned previously, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich and the Spain national team, where he made 114 appearances. These teams in different countries all had different styles of football that Alonso learned from. Through that, he was exposed to some of the most revered, respected and diverse cultures of all time, such as Guardiola at Munich, Mourinho at Madrid, Ancelotti at Madrid, Rafa Benitez at Liverpool, Pellegrini at Madrid and Vincent Del Bosque at Spain. These cultures would have influenced him on tactics and the style of play, but looking at how Leverkusen play, it's Pep Guardiola, the godfather of all Spanish managers and all modern managers, has had the most impact on Xabi Alonso's style of play, in that they play a possession style football with high pressing and high defensive line. But it's important to note that unlike the other Spanish midfielders, where the Guardiolas went to Barcelona as his first job, Xavi went to Barcelona as his first job, and Mikel Arteta went to Arsenal as his first job, Xabi Alonso has taken a different route. He's taken a more slow approach and he decided not to rush into managing a big club straight away. Yes, after retirement, Xabi Alonso's first job was being the Real Madrid under-14s coach. He then spent 3 years coaching the Real Sociedad B team, where in his second season he promoted them to the Spanish second division for the first time in over 50 years. In his third season they were relegated, but Alonso's reputation grew as he got them playing a very attractive style of football, and many teams around Europe started inquiring about Alonso's availability. But it was Bayer Leverkusen, who were in the relegation zone, offered Alonso the vacant job and he took it. So Leverkusen are in the relegation zone and Alonso becomes a manager, but he gets them to play a very attractive style of football and he eventually helps them finish 6th in the league. Alonso combines the ability to be a very tactical, strategic manager about the game, but he also has the man management skills to connect with players, a perfect formula to be a good manager. So after a strong debut season finishing 6th, it's this current 2023-24 season where Alonso's Leverkusen have taken the German league by storm. He's playing a highly attacking 3-4-2-1 formation and they are currently first in the league and have yet to lose a single match. Alonso's Leverkusen dominate possession high up the pitch. They try to win the ball back soon as they lose it. They control the game from the halfway line and they hold a good shape when they're not on the ball. So on top of the results at Leverkusen, the attacking football, the formation, the performances of individual players, Alonso appeals to the big teams around Europe because for many other reasons, such as the fact that he's a former superstar player. He can speak in many languages. Fans will love him instantly because they grew up watching him. He's clean cut, he looks good, he wears well fitted clothes, he's well mannered, and when he speaks to the media he's friendly, and that's a perfect formula to be a beloved manager. So which club is he most likely going to end up at? My answer would be the biggest job of them all, and that's the Real Madrid job. Firstly, Liverpool and Bayern Munich have more settled managers and it might take a few years for them to leave. Furthermore, Liverpool play a counter-attacking football that requires fast transition from defense to attack, and if Xabi Alonso was to take over Liverpool, it would require a complete rehaul in the style of players and the ethos that they play. However, this is not to say Liverpool would not be a good job for Xabi Alonso, because he's a club legend that helped them win the Champions League, and probably of all the other clubs that he's played for, Liverpool fans probably love and revere him the most. So Liverpool would be a strong possibility over Bayern Munich. However, it's the Real Madrid job that's the perfect destination for Xabi Alonso to go to. Firstly, and the most simplest reason, is that Carlo Ancelotti will most likely be leaving next season and Madrid have no manager lined up to take over. Xabi Alonso is an early favourite since there aren't many top managers available on the market. Real Madrid in the past have got their biggest success under a former legend in Zinedine Zidane, so the club have a reputation of doing well with their past legends. Also, this Real Madrid team are full of young players who would have grown up watching Xabi Alonso play, so there's that instant respect there. If this Madrid was full of seasoned vets, then Alonso might have more trouble implementing his ideas and style of play. Traditionally, Real Madrid have been a club that relied on individual stars to lead them to success, and they've had managers that are more hands-off like Zidane and Ancelotti that let the stars dictate how to win games. But since Xabi Alonso is more like a Guardiola type manager where they need absolute control and buy-in from the players, well, Real Madrid of today have that, and they'll be able to follow Alonso's strict instructions. The current squad is made up of young stars. Players like Vinicius Jr., Bellingham, Rodrigo and Endrick would buy into Alonso's tactic. The players watched him and probably idolized him, especially if you're a central midfielder like like Jude Bellingham, would learn a lot from having Xabi Alonso, a former deep line midfielder, as their manager. And finally, there's something poetic about Barcelona being managed by Xavi and Real Madrid being managed by Xabi Alonso. Two former teammates, two former Spanish legends, and they both have similar names. It could help reignite the Madrid-Barca feud, as it has died down since the Messi-Ronaldo era. But whichever club Xabi Alonso ends up at, I'm sure he'll do well at, and we could have the next young great manager on our hands. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the content.